There's a brand new set of Michelin tyres, and not just one, Stephen, you've got 2 sets available for the rest of the day. Your strategy's looking pretty good.
Yeah, mate, our strategy's looking all right. We actually might have 3 sets, to be honest, but, it looks like, the night's car's running good, and we've got probably another 2 stops to go if we can stretch it out that far, and, Drew and Johnny done a great job, so I just did a massive stint then, just over 2.5 hours, and it was pretty hot in there. So I'll jump in again next, do another probably hour and a half. And Johnny hasn't finished one of these races, or he hasn't done one before, so I thought I'll give him the glory and let him do the last stint.
And there is Steve's car, just going up the mountain straight for another lap. They've just quietly gone about their business. An uncharacteristic drop of the car early in the weekend in qualifying for Steve, as he, I think, downshifted one too many coming into the final corner. Maguire's locked up the rears on the Porsche and went around, didn't hit anything. But that car, we haven't called its name and its number very often, Rich, but sometimes that's not the worst thing in an endurance race.
Quite achievers, and they have just taken the lead in their class. So they've just jumped the Calvert Jones, Davison and Porsche. Drew Russell behind the wheel from Newcastle. So about...
Which Newcastle?
Newcastle, New South Wales.
All right, okay. Then I can't talk to him.
Yeah, a couple of hours north of Sydney and a couple of hours across the Bells line of road, across the Blue Mountains, then a little bit north and you'll find yourself in Newcastle. So Nova Castrian, his dad Wayne Russell, a fantastic long-time privateer here at Bathurst. He and his little brother Aaron both race in the V8 Supercar Development Series, the second tier series. Johnny Reid, Carrera Cup ace, and Stephen Johnson, son of Dick the Great Man, and very, very accomplished V8 Supercar racer too.
Oh, and there's dramas at the top of the mountain. That is the number 65 Daytona Coupe out of Melbourne, Australian-built car based on an iconic design and well and truly fenced at Falcon Tyres Elbow by the looks of it. And that explains why we are under safety car conditions. Oh, and that's what happened. That's a big impact. So wide at the apex of the elbow and hard into the barrier. And this car that was co-driven by, amongst others, Andrew Medicki in the Liquimoli Bathurst 12 hour. But it's cleared up. We're back to racing.
Well, across the line to restart with just on 3 hours and 31 minutes to go. The leader is Tim Slade in the 63 Erebus AMG Mercedes-Benz, and the Darrell Lee number 996 is got on the side, but it is in fact the GTR going in, and the rest of the field goes through. Wow, big move down the inside by Andreas Simonsen right across the start-finish line. Look at him go in that white car. He's having a real look. He's made up 3 or 4 positions on the track. It's not necessarily 4 places, but he's desperate to clear that midfield traffic, and that was a super race restart by Andreas.
This battle is for position between Mark Eddy in the number 9 car and Andreas Simonsen, as you said, in the number 1. So Andreas looking good. Mark Eddy, a reigning Australian, well, he is a former Australian GT champion, not reigning, so he knows how to hustle these cars, and for the last 2 years he has raced this event with Craig Lowndes and Warren Luff.
1.2 seconds across the line separated Mark Eddy from the car that's now less than 1/10 of a second off his back bumper. That's how good a start it was from the guy in the number 1 car, Andreas Simonsen. He was absolutely awake and got his foot down perfectly to carve his way through that midfield traffic. Textbook stuff.
Yeah, it is. So this is the battle for a top 5 position in the race. 5th and 6th position at the moment. I think we can go back down to pit lane. Let's hear from our world champion. Shay is with Rob Huff.
I'm not the world champion. He's the world champion. Rob, welcome to Bathurst. What's it like to be here in a very different kind of car from what you're used to?
Yeah, it's an amazing experience so far. I think the track is definitely in my top 4 legendary circuits that I had to do, and obviously the offer came over with Pete Conroy and James Winslow to get out here, and yeah, having an awesome time so far. Absolutely love the track. Everyone's so welcoming. The whole place is just beautiful.
Should we read anything into it that you're coming to Australia to race, hoping to get a ride here?
Yeah, it's certainly on my box of lists to tick, and yeah, I'd love to come out and do Aussie V8s for sure. I'm under no illusion I can just jump in a car and go quick, but it's certainly something I'd look to do in the future. Maybe get a couple of years in as a second driver in the Bathurst and the Gold Coast, and then yeah, hopefully maybe in the future look at doing a full-time drive.
Well, I'm sure you'd be fast in anything you jump in. Rob Huff, thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
FIA World Touring Car Championship for RML Chevy Cruise, and a change in position there. Looks like the one car's gone through there, Rich, and Simonson gets Eddie, and that was an impressive piece of driving from literally just on 6 kilometres ago. Carved through half a dozen or 10 backmarkers, midfield cars between him, got on the tail of Eddie and then made the pass clean as you like.
I don't want to say anything bad about Prima and Christopherson because they've done a great job, but for me, Andreas Simonson, one of the standout internationals of the day, especially of the ones that are first timers here to Mount Panorama.
Well, with Huffy, interestingly enough.
Yeah, for sure. He has done an outstanding job and has hauled that car back into top 5. The problem they've got now is the 3 laps between them and the 4th place Porsche with Clark Quinn behind the wheel. That's their next drama. It's going to be tough for them to make up any more ground, but
you can only do so much with strategy, particularly when you're not getting waved by. So, you know, they've got to stretch their fuel and try and stay out and stay out and stay out. And if there's safety cars, they've got to give up the option of going in under a safety car and just keep pushing until they're out of fuel, basically.
There is a better, changing the subject, than 50% chance of rain before 6 p.m. That is the forecast I've got. Of course, weather forecasts at this place mean absolutely nothing, because
weather forecasts say it can go up as well as
exactly. So just about anything could happen, but there is a possibility of that sometime in our very near future. 3 hours 27 minutes to go in the Liquimoli Bathurst 12 hour of 2013.
And boy, hasn't there been a lot going on 9 hours into the race as we have our Michelin race recap. This is the Robinson Racing Developments Ford FG Falcon, the GT, bouncing across the chase and almost into the path of one of the leading Mercedes. This was a massive drama for GWS Motorsport, the BMW 130i. Certainly had 3 wheels on its wagon, and that tyre decided that it didn't want to go to those marshals. It just wanted to keep rolling some more. In fact, it wanted to go to its friends at Falcon Elbow, but it was even rejected by them. It kept rolling down Conrod Straight and ended up being a pretty significant piece of debris lying on the side of the road. Kept rolling some more all the way down Conrod. This was a key moment that would unfold the race for Clearwater Racing. Bang, into the side of the number 9 Audi went Mok Wen Sung, former Asian GT champion in the 458 Italia. A big moment for that car, and as we'll see in a minute, it's brought some additional repercussions. We have a safety car for the Daytona crashing at the top of Mount Panorama, just running offline at Falcon Elbow and into the wall. But this is the latest issue. We've only just caught it. The front splitter coming loose on the number 33 Ferrari, and that is going to cause some serious dramas for Matt Griffin, who is behind the wheel of that car. We're told it's been vibrating badly, and we expect them to need to pit very, very soon to get that fixed, as we confirm your race leaderboard for you, with the Mercedes continuing to pound around in front, Porsche and Ferrari battling for 3rd, and there's a trio of Audis in the fight there for the minor places inside the top 5 and 6. And there are our class leaders on the Michelin leaderboard here at the Liquimoli Bathurst 12 hour. Of course, Mercedes looking strong. Porsche too, the Hunter Sports Group leading the way in Class B. And this is Clearwater in pit lane. They've taken that front splitter off. This is going to change their race though, because that front end damage is clearly going to affect the performance of the number 33 Ferrari. So as they leave pit lane and rejoin the race with the Irish driver Matt Griffin behind the wheel, this has been a day of drama already.
Oh, and up at the Falcon Tyres elbow, we've got an issue with the 12 Porsche, and that is the second Class B car fighting its way back up the timing scoring, 10th position overall, and it is David Calvert-Jones, isn't it, that's at the wheel of that car. He's facing backwards and he's lost it. Looks like he's lost it himself there, Rich, under braking.
Big hit too. Could possibly be a SC. We're just on standby for that.
Oh, and what a big break that might be for the Mercedes-Benz of Schneider, who's in and gone. If that comes right now, he's going to get a lap on the field.
Yeah, he is. They're on standby now for safety car. The door's open. I think David Calvert-Jones is going to get out of that car. Definitely safety car if he does. Pointing the wrong way at Falcon Tyres elbow. And
That's terrible news for those guys in the top 10.
And safety car called.
And there is the erstwhile leader coming out of the pits lane, and in fact he probably hold on to the lead there, because that seemed to be a very quick pit stop. No, Holdsworth's gone through.
He will lose the lead.
Holdsworth's gone through. Yes, sorry, Paul.
Yeah.
So confirming change of lead. This is a replay of the CJ Racing Porsche going into the wall at Vulcan. Let's go to pit lane. Here's Shay.
The 33 of Matt Griffin, that boy is doing an amazing job driving the car. The downforce loss from not having the front splitter has negatively impacted the car, but the time it would take to put a new one on dramatically decreases their chances of getting on the podium. They're just going to go and let Matt Griffin do what he can. Every driver that comes in the car will just have to drive at the edge every single time, but they decided it is not a good use of time to put a new front splitter on.
Thank you, Shay. Great reporting from down there in pit lane.